In this lesson, you will learn about weighted averages and mixture problems. Okay, so here's the first example. Jerry likes to feed her cat gourmet cat food that costs $1.75 per pound. However, food at that price is too expensive, so she combines it with a cheaper cat food that costs 50 cents per pound. How many pounds of cheaper food should Jerry buy to go with 5 pounds of gourmet food if she wants the total price to be $1 per pound? Okay, so this is an example of a mixture problem. We're going to mix the gourmet cat food with the cheaper cat food. Okay, so on the next slide, I'm going to set up a table. Okay, so here is the table that we would use for a problem like this. Okay, so we have our gourmet cat food. Sorry, this one should be cheaper cat food. And the mixed cat food. Okay, so we knew in the problem that I underlined the cat food was 5 pounds at a price of $1.75 per pound. Okay, if we multiply 5 times $1.75, we get $8.75. We don't know how many pounds of the cheaper cat food we want, so we're going to use that as X. And we know that this costs 50 cents per unit, so 0.5x, we multiply again, okay? Here, the mixed cat food is like saying the total altogether, okay? So we're going to add going down. So 5 plus what we don't know is 5 plus W, okay? Here we do know that the total mixed, she wants it to cost $1, okay? So when we multiply across here, because we have 5 plus W, we have to put that in parentheses. Okay, so then this would end up being 5 plus 1W. Okay, so let's go ahead and try and solve using this, okay, on the next slide. Okay, so now here's kind of what I just said, so I'm going to move this up for just a minute. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to the table on the right-hand column. Okay, so the table on the right-hand column said that $8.75, okay, this is the total for the gourmet food, okay, plus the 0.5 W, this was in the total column for the cheaper cat food, okay, which was going to be equal to 1 times 5 plus W, okay. Then we said that if we distribute here, we get 5 plus W. Okay, now I can solve for W. Okay, and W, if we look back at the chart, stands for how many pounds of the cheaper cat food. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to subtract 5 from both sides. Okay, so then here I get 375 plus 0.5 W is equal to W. This cancels out. If I subtract 0.5 W from both sides, it's like 1/2 W, okay? So here I have 3.75 is equal to 0.5 W. And then if I divide by 0.5, I get that W is going to be equal to 7.5, okay? So if you went back into your chart, you would see that W stands for the units, how many pounds, okay? So the question then asks us, I'm going to go ahead and read the question. How many pounds of cheaper cat food should Jerry buy to go with 5 pounds of the gourmet cat food? Okay, so she should buy 7.5 pounds of cheaper cat food. Okay, I'd like you to pause it for a moment and try if you can do this one and set up the table. Okay, so Dana bought 3 grams of sequins that cost $1.79 per gram. Okay, she also bought seed beads that cost 99 cents per gram. Okay, so we're mixing these again. How many grams of seed beads can she buy if she only wants the beads to be a total of $1.29 a gram for her craft project? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set up the table. Okay, so I know that I have sequins and I have the seed beads. Okay, and then here would be the mixture of both. okay? So at the top, grams, okay? So I know that I have 3 grams of sequins. It says it in my problem, okay? I don't know how many grams of seed beads, so I'm going to leave that blank for right now, okay? So cost. How much do the sequins cost? They cost $1.75 per pound, okay? The seed beads are cheaper. They cost 99 cents, and she wants to make a mixture that's going to cost $1.29, okay? So the parts here that I don't know are how many seed beads. So I'm going to call that X. I don't know how many she needs, okay? But the mixture has to be these combined. It has to be the sequins and the seed beads combined. So 3 plus X, okay? Over here in the last column is going to be the total price. So remember, to find the total price, we multiply how much she has times the price, okay? So 3 times 179. 3 times 179 is going to give me 537. Okay, here X times 99 is 99X, 0.99X, okay? And then here I have to remember to put this in parentheses, 129 times 3 plus X. Okay, so here I have my table. When we're making our actual equation, we're only using the totals over here, okay? So remember that we multiply across and we add up and down. So now I'm going to add the total price of the sequins plus the total price of the seed beads is going to equal the mixture, okay? So down here, I have 537 plus 0.99x. It's going to be equal to 1.29 times 3 plus x, okay? So I'm just going to go back and say that 537, so we have sequins plus seed bead equals the mixture. Okay, so here if I distribute, I get 387 plus 129x. Okay, so I did 129 times 3, 129 times x. Okay, so next thing is I'm going to get all of my x's on one side. So you can do this more than one way. I'm going to subtract 99x. Now on this side I have 537 is going to be equal to 387 plus 0.3x. Okay, so now from here, to get x alone, I'm going to subtract 387 on both sides. Okay, so here I get 1.5 or 150 is going to be equal to, this becomes 0.3x. Okay, so divide by 0.3 to get x alone. So now x is going to be equal to 5. Okay, so I'm going to go back up and look at my previous equation. Okay, so here we said that x was 5. Okay, so right here is 5 grams, which means the mixture, if I plugged in 5 for the mixture, it'd be 8. But the question is asking me how many grams of seed beads can she buy if she only wants the beads to be 129. Okay, so how many grams can she buy? 5, because x is equal to 5. Okay, she can buy 5 grams. Okay, and that's your answer.